Okay, Ed, you talk in the class a lot about gap replacement. This is an important time for us to understand how to overcome the obstacle of we can't switch, we're paying a lot less. Share with us what you mean by gap replacement and how it can help with that, overcome that objection.
Yeah, if you think about the commercial sales arena, right? If you're going to make any money in the business, you're going to have to get really good at knocking out incumbent vendors when folks don't call you specifically with needs, right? So
Right.
that inbound lead that it seems to be phantom in our commercial end of the business, where we don't get that many call-ins.
Right.
So what do you have to do? You got to go out. You got to, as we talked earlier in a few of the other talks, create some interest. But at the end of the day, what you've got to do is you've got to be good enough and present such facts that the customer is willing to replace their current vendor.
Okay.
And how do you do that? You do that by demonstrating on great inspections, all the things we teach you to do in class, letting them visualize that you're different so that they kind of look and they say, okay, I'm not getting what I'm getting now, so it may make some sense to replace my current vendor. It's a big hurdle. There's a big struggle in changing pest control vendors. If you think about pest control as a budgetary spend in any place you walk into, even if it's a local Holiday Inn, the budget for pest control is minuscule. It's I've heard it compared to, that Walmart spends more money on toilet paper for their employees than they do pest control. So it's kind of humorous, but at the same time, it needs to resonate in
Right.
your mind that we're not a big spend. We're not something that pops off the table that says, oh, we can save a bunch of money, or nobody's hugging the pest control guy when he comes through the door saying, oh, you saved me so much money, or you provided me so much benefit. So you get into that piece to where it's difficult to replace current vendors because, status quo just kind of hangs in there. It's not really broken, so I don't mess with it, right? They're not calling us.
Right.
So you got to figure out strategies to get in, get that interest, get in there and kick the tires just to tease them enough to where, hey, it's worth taking a look at maybe replacing my current vendor. Then the bigger piece, I think, is where you really got to demonstrate difference and separation, is not only do we have to replace that current vendor, knock them out, we're typically going to charge more money.
Right.
We're going to ask for more money. So if you look at it in two phases, the replacement and then the gap. So if they're paying 100, we may want 200, right? We're twice the price. I love talking about it that way. Approaching the business that we're going to be twice the price. So when you talk about selling that gap, you're not selling $200. You're telling them that I need $100 more than you're paying now to bring this perfect for you. So that's the gap I talk about covering. It's going to exist most every time that you're going to ask for more money and you're going to try to knock a current vendor out. So approach it that way. Look at that customer and try to think to yourself, reverse engineer it. What do I got to do to boot this other company out? And what do I got to do to get them to give me more money? And then try to reverse engineer it by all the things that you do and demonstrate when you're doing it. That's why it's so important to bring it perfect in a commercial setting, because you get that one chance to bring it perfect. They have to really see a difference because they don't really want to go through the headaches of moving somebody out.
Right. They got to fill in that gap.
Yeah, because they got to break another new technician in. And at the same time, you're asking for more money and they're scratching their head like, why? I don't really have a problem. So really important that you do a killer inspection, identify some areas of opportunity for them, and then spin it that way. Staying focused on, okay, I got to knock somebody out and I'm going to ask for more money. So go in that way. Go in with that mindset that I'm in a gap replacement business and I got to bring it.
Love it.